To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors. To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors. To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors. To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors. To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors. To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors. To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors. To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors. To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors. To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn."
Alright, hello everybody and welcome to the Rise of Legion India League of Legends tournament powered by Intel. We apologize there was some technical difficulties, but it's okay, we're going to get this started. It's very, very exciting. And joining me today, shoutcasting is Anthracite.
Hi guys, so it's Seven Sins versus WIB today. Seven Sins, it has one of the oldest members from the League of Legends scene, SK playing, a real legend from the League of Legends India scene. We have a very promising top laner Zuko. He just made it to BC top. Will he make it to BC top 20 list? That's the question. Lucifer is there in the jungle, and Pyro in his mid. We had a few target bangs going towards Pyro. We couldn't talk in the ban phase because of the technical issues, but yeah, we had a lot of target bans going towards Pyro. On the other hand, we have a really new squad, the WIB Mystic squad, and let's see how they pan out. Let's see how this game turns out to be. I'm really excited for day 2 of the round of 32 games, and looking at both team comps, looking at both rune pages. Do you see something unique?
Well, as for the keystones and everything, nothing really out of the ordinary. Well, the kill with the lethal tempo, I know that's pretty much going to work. There is a Tristana as well and Azir with lethal tempo, but it's justifiable, you know. And looks like a gank is about to happen.
Mystic going in for SK. He dives in for SK. He deals a lot of damage. He deals some damage. Going to trade. There's no flash burn till now. Dominic wants his flash. Born for Heaven will burn his flash, finish him off. Level 1 kill. A very early gank by Mystic. They want to focus down SK's lane. They don't want SK going ahead. It's a pretty legit strategy. I mean, SK is one of the most feared AD carries in the Indian subcontinent. And to see him being focused is not something really new. Pyro meanwhile will dish out some damage to Noob. Noob actually going in. Pyro not calculating the damage output coming in from Azir that correctly. He will be taken down, and that's a solo kill going down. So it's pretty unfortunate and a really bad start for Seven Sins.
Yes, I must say, looking at both the team compositions, you know, there is a Zac on the side of Seven Sins and Javan4 on WIB. They are very, very powerful in the early game for ganking, and over here there's something about to happen. A flash is popped.
There's a flash pop. They're going to collapse on the Nautilus. Nautilus burns his exhaust, but Tristana will kill the Nautilus, and there's another kill going down to WIB. They're really not letting SK be in the lane. Meanwhile, Lucifer will take some damage from Domineers. but he will walk off. So yeah, the bot lane is really struggling right now. They've been focused down.
Right now, I'm loving.
Oh,
the
there's
way
a dive.
WIB
There's a dive on SK. He will get a kill. Brom couldn't land his kills, but they will also kill SK in return. That was really that was a really hard commit, and the jungle decided to stay. So they really don't want SK to breathe. Absolutely, just cancel him off the field.
Yes, I really, really like the way WIB is playing. You know, putting all that. They have a plan, and their plan was to shut down the bot lane. Right now, it is 3 kills for their bot lane. This is perfect, you know. I love it when you see teams have a strategy and they stick with their strategy. That Jarvan fought, he doesn't care about his camps. He's just going to keep coming back and keep coming back for more. And SK is not going to have a good time.
I mean, it's 4 minutes. You already see a BF sword on a Tristana. You already see SK typing out the smiley face. They are getting focused really hard. But the other lanes should actually try and get ahead. I mean, Kale struggles till level 6. Pantheon just died solo, so that is something they need to prevent, knowing that the jungler is going to focus bot lane so much.
Yes, and one thing I would like to point out is that on 7 Sins, you know, there is a Kale top with a Pantheon mid. During the champ select, you know, I was kind of thinking, who's going to be where? Because, you know, usually I place more importance in the Pantheon and the Kale on the top. But, you know, I think they're onto something in the late game. They're onto, you know, the invulnerability. They do have a lot of engage on the side of 7 Sins. They're very much a heavy engage comp. And WIB is looking more on the... What do you call that? You're disengage, because you see the Azir ulti, you see the Jarvan 4 ult as well, and then you have that Brom ult. I'm not very sure what exactly will be their fighting style, but it looks like they want, you know, the sustained fight, the shreds from both Azir and Tristana. So this is, I feel that whichever team gets the early lead and they can keep that lead there, they are going to just pop off, and it's going to be nearly impossible for either team to come back. And I think WIB is doing exactly that right now.
I mean, WIB has a comp which can really protect that Tristana, and at the same time cause a lot of havoc. There's a gank coming in from Lucifer. Tristana will W out of it. Brom is caught inside. They are dealing damage to Lucifer. He's popped the ignite. They're trying to fall back. There's a teleport coming in. Azir also comes in. There's a 4-man. New for life pushing them back. That will pop the passive, and there's a Pantheon coming in. It's a huge mess up happening right here. 4 people bought. That's a huge team fight going down there, and it's a 1-for-1 trade. It's a 1-for-2 trade, sorry. I completely forgot Zack's passive got progged. He died. It's a 1-for-2 trade. And WIB Mistake has a 2k gold lead already, almost a 2k gold lead. And with the Dragon, they'll be looking very comfortable. So that's a really good 4-man coming in bot.
That was very beautifully played, you know. I didn't really expect WIB to have such synergy, but they are looking to prove that this team, they have worked together and they have macro. They're showing a very, very strong level of skill with their team macro. It was a very nice follow-up with the Urgot teleport. I feel so bad for Nautilus right now. He is not having a good time at all. He was popped nearly just as the fight starts. I felt that if he lived a little bit longer, you know, if everything was planned out better on the side of 7 Sins, it wouldn't have gone down that badly, you know, the 2-for-1. And right now, Tristana is going to be a monster. 400 gold shutdown, 401. That's a great start for WIB.
I mean, look at SK. He is 2.5k and the Tristana has 3.9k gold already. So if you see effectively, there's a 1.4k gold lead on Tristana. Pyro Nubik going in. Brom rotating mid. He will take some damage, but he'll be able to walk off. No flashes or someone else burn. Brom started to rotate already. Tristana is ahead. They can have a breathing space, and that's when Brom can just start rotating lanes. How important is it for the support to start roaming?
You know, whenever a lane in the bottom lane is not having too much action, the moment the support takes that decision to roam, it can actually make it or break it for the mid laner, you know? I always feel that the supports, they shouldn't be only looking at the bottom lane, but they should look at mid as well, and the dragon, that control. So it's very nice to see WIB with that early Mountain Drake. They're going to get a good amount of damage on towers if they do push up. Plating, as you know, is very important in the early game to get yourself ahead. You get that extra gold. It's going to help you a lot in duels. It's going to help you when the jungler comes to gank. It's very, very advantageous if you do get the plates down. I really like this early Mountain Dragon that they've got.
Okay, let's take a quick look at wards. Do you see how much the red side has opened up on the map? Pyro literally cleared 2 wards right now. Before that, can you imagine how many wards there were on the map? The red side is just relentless. They're going on with their aggressive wards. They have so much vision on the map, and they're actually looking to establish these leads. This game is really interesting.
Yes, indeed. You know, looking at the CS board as well, well, Urgot and Azir, I think it doesn't matter, you know, they've got the assists, they got some kills and all that. I would say it's very, very even on the board. It's just that, of course, bottom lane has that huge lead. Like you mentioned as well, there's a lot of vision control from WIB, and we see that there's some sort of sneak attack going. SK knows a sneak attack is about to happen, and Tristana commits, she completely jumps in. I don't think this is going to happen. Nothing much is going to happen. Brom throws the ulti. Are they going to commit? No. And here comes a flash in from Tristana. The J4 ulti. Is SK going to live? Ooh, and they get out of a slither of health, but unfortunately, Azir, noob for life, goes down in the mid lane. That was pretty dodgy to me, the way WIB played that, but they did shoot the bot lane low, and look, the plates. They're about to get the plates.
I mean, they're still trying to hard engage bot lane. And yeah, I mean, WIB is ahead. They shouldn't have forced it too hard. They didn't respect the fact that it could have been ganked. They didn't respect the fact they could have been answered in the bot lane. It was sort of a stupid engage, I feel. But hey, they are ahead. They still stay ahead. So looking at the gold leads right now, the most predominant gold lead is still on the bot side. Mid has almost equal now. Actually, Pantheon has crossed because he's on a higher number of CS. But the game still looks pretty balanced. What I feel on the side of Seven Saints is that they have a very late game comp. The moment you see that Kale hitting level 11, the moment you see Tristana have 2 items, that's when they start to get scary.
Yes.
Sorry, when you see Kai'Sa have 2 items, that's when they start to get scary. Pantheon with Vitality also deals a lot of damage. So if they can somehow hold this game and prolong it, they might have a chance to just deal so much damage and win the game.
Yes, indeed. It definitely, you know, both the team comps, I agree with you. It looks pretty balanced. It really just depends on how they play it out. We have yet to see the Pantheon, Pyro Nube. You know, I really want to see that ultimate. I want him to go in for that counter gank. And it looks like they're walking up. They want to interrupt WIB doing the Herald. Urgot tries to engage. Pyro Nube focuses J4. He has to go down. And it's just hectic right now. Is Urgot going to live? No. Wow, Seven Sins actually turned that around into their favor. WIB is not going to be able to get that Rift Herald. Very, very nice focusing on the end of Lucifer and Pyro Nube. The jungler and mid laner focusing on Mystic first. Take down the jungler so they don't have that smite. And then you take their objectives.
I mean, that was really textbook. So well played, and with that they sort of turned the tide around in the game. They're now on equal gold, and now they just took the lead. As I was talking, that mid push will get them a few plates, and they're looking really comfortable. That Rift Herald steal was so important, and it just got him in the game. Meanwhile, Urgot trying to engage on KL, he will not be able to land the E, and KL will just walk out of it. So Pyro has that blue buff now. That could be very annoying. Pantheon keeps spamming that his Qs deal a lot of damage. Pyro is trying to dish damage to Azir as much as possible. looking at both the sides right now, and what do you think are the mistakes? Okay, chuck that question. There's a gang going on board. Ulti being landed. SK will be burst down instantly. Dominic will fall. Pyro comes in. Will Pyro turn it around? They will be able to get a kill on Mystic. Zuko also comes in. Free Tree will fall down. So it's effectively a 2-for-2 trade, and the fallbacks coming in from 7 Saints is so good.
Wow, wow, wow. That was a great turn of events, you know. It is very, very even at this point. Noob for Life is just hitting that tower, you know, the might of Shurima, and he gets, is that the first tower? He does get the first tower.
Okay, so that's a 2-for-2, but 2 towers also sacrificed. So I don't think that was a word trade. WIB might have just got the better trade right there. 7 Sins at best could try taking this Drake. That will give them a 2 Drake. Oh no, sorry, the first Drake went to WIB, but 7 Sins, I would be happy to take that Drake. They have lost 2 turrets, and let's see how this game pans out. Looking at the items, we see Kale completing that Mana Mune really quick. So I've seen a lot of Kale start off with either a Mana Mune or sometimes even a Hextech Gunblade. I'm pretty interested to see how Kale works with lethal tempo. I haven't seen much of it. The Kales I've seen mostly play with Klepto because it gives them the bonus gold to get the items early on. But what are your thoughts on Kale running that lethal tempo?
Well, I'd like to see how it pans out, you know. Definitely she's looking to do more sustained damage in team fights. She would just be, you know, in the back, hitting as hard as she can. Because you see, I do like the Zac, the Nautilus, the Pantheon. You know, these are 3 very good frontliners for Kale and for Kai'Sa to be putting in the damage. And the fact that Kale and Kai'Sa, you know, they can take care of themselves. Kai'Sa has that ultimate to reposition. Kale has that invulnerability. I find it a very nice and interesting comp to play around in 7 Sins. But however, WIB is definitely showing superiority when it comes to map control. They got the first 2 towers. It was really, really good. They may have lost 2 members, but it was a 2-for-2. And it was 2 towers for them. So that's really nice. And we see Urgot, you know, dishing that damage. They are bullying 7 Sins right now. WIB is bullying them. The scores are even. The goal difference is kinda even also. Actually, it's very even. But the team macro on WIB is just putting them right at the top.
Actually, I feel WIB made a mistake right there. I mean, they were all on the top side of the river. They just let the mid turret fall. They could have defended it, but I don't know why they were on the top side river and they just let Pyro take the mid turret, which is kind of dicey play for me. They just let it fall. I don't know what they're planning out, but yeah. So looking at the turret counts, it's 1 to 2 turrets, and there is another turret falling on the side of the red team. So Pyro, they're trying to engage on Pyro. Lucifer comes from behind. Braum will pop the ulti for no reason, and they will back off.
All right. Well, WIB looks a little bit lost now, you know. We would think that they all try to collapse onto one lane, catch somebody out. But I think they're trying to figure out what is their next move. And 7 Sins is doing a great job at trying to get as much CS as they can because they're not falling behind in CS. They still have their items. Like, they're just 1 less kill, you know.
I mean, they're fighting back really good, and at this point, it looks like they will be able to turn the game around. Because, we need to keep in mind, Kale has just turned level 11. Kale's potential is just starting to come out here. Kale doesn't even have items. Now you also have Kai'Sa who's starting to get those items now. These champs with items are really scary. The damage they can dish out is just unreal. So I'm pretty excited to see how the game pans out now. Urgot will try to engage with Kale, will miss his E again, and Kale will just walk out of the range. Zac is there, so I think they will be looking for Urgot to try engaging again so they can gank him off. But let's see if Zac decides to stick bot lane. Braum and Tristana are up top with Kai'Sa and Nautilus, and they are at a pretty stalemate point right now. They are. What I feel right now is WIB Mystic is sort of giving breathing space. Pyro Nubic tries to engage. Azir ulting. Pyro will fall. Zac does also ulti. Zac takes a lot of damage. He will be able to get out of it, but Pyro falls. Pyro didn't expect the team there. He picked up a summon he couldn't have won. Zac goes inside. WIB Mystic will fall down to that. SK gets a kill. Dominic comes from behind. He will ulti the Tristana. SK decides to go in, but the Braum Q will land. SK will slow down and will just be like, thank you for those 2 kills. SK was behind, and okay, so here's an example where experience of a veteran player comes in. SK was like literally bullied so hard in the lane. He was so behind, and now if we look at the kills, he's still behind on kills, but he surprisingly has 159 CS. So he's making up for it. Meanwhile, Azir was backing from a very cheeky position. Zac jumps onto him. Pyro coming in. Tristana will be caught. Zac's passive is still there. Pyro sadly will be caught. Dominus coming in. Zac coming in. They juggled pretty well. And that's a double kill coming in, putting 7sins up ahead. That was really badly played by WIB. They played that really badly.
I feel that WIB most definitely had a very, very strong early game, but when it comes to the team fight scenario, now that we're hitting the mid game, almost going into the late game, 7sins is definitely showing a lot more experience, a lot more mechanical play, and they are turning these team fights around. With WIB, I think they're just getting cocky, and now is this a potential Baron that they are going to lose? The 7sins looks pretty comfortable doing it, but they have to hurry.
They have to really hurry. There's a teleport coming in. They might trade a kill for Baron. Pyro is still trying to get a little cheeky, but they might have just escaped right now.
Very, very, very nicely played by 7sins. You see, everything is always comebackable, like we say, guys. Comebackable. So 7sins, you know, like we mentioned before, SK Please, Pyro Nubic, Zuko, these are very prominent names in the Indian scene. They know what they're doing. They have shown mechanical superiority in tournaments. They've all had their fair share of time shining. And WIB, you know, as an established team, a team of friends, I would say, they play a lot together. They did show that early game dominance. But now, of course, everything comes down to team fights. It's who plays the team fights best. At this point, you know, having the Zac passive on 7sins side, having that Kale ulti, they're just gonna do so much better in sustained fights. I feel that if WIB, they don't burst and pop the first target that they catch, it's gonna be a GG for them. They've got to kill off one person in a matter of like less than 2 seconds, and they could probably win the fight.
Dominic catches Nautilus on the side, and he will just die. He came there to take off a ward, but he just stepped way ahead of his line. There was no one backing him. He shouldn't have been there. Just caught off position. I think there's a little mental stress trying to set in, a little mental pressure coming in, getting the best of Braum there, and with that they'll start hammering the turrets. Baron minions also coming in, and also looking at Kale and Kaisa both. Their Muramanas have been completed, so now they can actually start dealing a lot of damage. And now it'll be very interesting to see how team fight happens, and with that we go to a pause. Well, maybe today we didn't start the game with a pause. That's why we had streaming issues. You know, I tell you, like it's good luck.
Yeah. It's good luck whenever, you know, it's an Indian tournament tradition to have a pause because of the net issues and all of that. That is okay, but first I would like to thank everybody for watching this. This is the Rise of Legion Indian League of Legends tournament powered by Intel. Alright, so do subscribe for more updates and to follow us in the journey of this tournament. You know, this is the second day. This is the third game that we are streaming. Very, I love it when a team starts out very even and then you kind of see which side is going to get that dominance, which side is going to show a very good display of skill. So Pyro's standing there, and we're back into a pause again, but I think they're going to resume in a few seconds. Don't worry guys, this is normal. It's almost customary. I am I'm at the edge of my seat. For some reason, this game is making me so excited, you know, to see Seven Sins have all these players that everybody knows, but they didn't really do well in the early game, you know. But then you can still see how they are using. The
Okay, so we are
talent
in
to
game, and that's an engage coming in, but they will catch Pyro. Pyro will die, and the other four decide to walk off. Kale was there in the top lane. A really nice engage coming from WIB. They get a kill of that situation, and they can try and waste some more Baron power play time. Really good.
Very, very, very nice for WIB. It seems pretty unstable now on both teams. Some Seven Sins winning some fights, WIB winning some fights. You know, they just gotta. Either team needs to get a tempo going. They need to get momentum going. It's like there were plans for WIB in the early game, but now they don't have plans at all. And I think that this game is very much going to end up in a case of which team happens to catch the other one first and wins the team fight, and then they're gonna go through. Because I don't like the fact that Seven Sins right now, they're not using the Baron buff at all. They're not using it to push the lane. They're not forcing. But then again, also they are fearing that Azir disengage.
Well, Azir, like I said, Azir is being played by Classical. Classical is a really good mid laner, and Azir as a champ can just split out the whole team fight. He can just turn the tide around on the team fight. So it's very scary in a team setup. I find Azir a very useful, a very scary champion. Lethal Tempo also gives him that attack speed boost, so he can do more damage. And that's an engage coming in from WIB mistake. They will catch both Dominic and Lucifer. Lucifer pops his ulti. They both are tanky. They will sustain a lot of damage. Both of them, however, will die. And that's like 2 kills picked up. Very big mistake made on the side of Seven Sins. Pyro is also there. Is Pyro being caught? No, Pyro will go out of E range. He will walk out of there pretty easily.
Wow, just like we mentioned, you know, it's a case of which team gets caught first. I do feel that the team with the better plan, the better team macro, you know, you gotta hit the towers and get to the core of the Nexus. They did an amazing catch over there, and more action.
There's WIB Mystic going in. They're trying to dive on SK, please. Zuko's ulti saves SK. SK managed to get 1 kill. Zuko gets another kill on the Braum. Dominus is trying to walk out, but he'll take a lot of damage and he will die. There's a double kill going on to Zuko. They're trying to run away. Dominic almost landed that Q on the Tristana, but they will walk off safely. A little bit overstaying their welcome, I feel.
It was getting good, you know. WIB, they got two pickoffs. All they had to do was stay in the lane, try to get damage on the tower, and not dive. Because at this point, they're not very ahead. They're not ahead enough to pop someone quickly under the tower, and that actually results in them getting some kills but losing 1 tower on their side. So it was actually like a 1-for-1 trade. It feels so even because both teams, you know, they get a lead and they kind of throw it, I feel.
That's true, and with them actually making that mistake and letting the second mid turret go, the next Baron priority also sort of goes to the blue side, I feel. So WIB has to contest this. I need to see if they fight it out, if they fight it before the Baron, if they have a fight baiting the Baron, but they're all sort of around the middle lane. We see Azir top and we see Urgot going bot side. Their backs coming in from side of WIB. I think they want to reset right now, and I think either one of the teams should they really need to start pressuring that Baron coming in. So that's, I think, the next main objective on the map. Ocean Deck this late in the game, I don't really feel is something worth contesting. Like Baron definitely is more priority, and we see both teams starting to rotate towards Baron. The vision game is the most important aspect in the tournaments, I feel. If a fight happens at Baron, who do you think has the better chance of coming ahead right now?
We all know, you know, Baron, you can use Baron as the 6th member of your team. It's always not a good idea to start Baron, especially if you know the opponent team is going to come, because you got to position yourself in such a way that Baron would hit the enemy team and not us. And look, a huge fight is happening. Is Zac
They
gonna get caught?
collapse onto Lucifer. Lucifer will survive. Dominic dies, however. They're trying to turn this fight around. Dominic will pop his passive. Zuko is in. He deals some damage to Mystic. Mystic falls off, but he will run away. Zuko ultis, gets another kill. Pyro Nubik is there. Ham. They keep getting kills after kills. SK will get another kill, and that's a quadra kill coming from SK. Oh my god! SK has just smurfed right there.
Wow, wow, wow. That was amazing, you know. There was something, you know, a bit dodgy that was happening there. Tristana was a bit unsure. Tristana didn't actually put as much damage as I thought that she would. They let the Kale, they let the Kai'Sa free hit. Both of them have Gwinsus. Both of them have that Mura mana. It is actually looking very scary for WIB right now. It's scary. It's scary for them. Wow, I'm just lost for words.
Guys, if you want to know how to play when you're far behind in the bot lane, I think XK has just given us a lesson on how to play from really far behind. He was really behind. The Braum had already died. The Nautilus had already died 4 times in the lane. Tristana was so far up ahead, but SK somehow kept his composure, continued to farm, and he's now sort of carrying this game. WIB should really start jumping into the backline. They're wasting too much time, I feel, on Zac and Nautilus. They honestly tank out and give SK and Zuko enough time to deal damage. So WIB need to start prioritizing their target even better from now on.
Exactly. I feel that right now in the game, you know, look at WIB, they're constantly moving together as a team. You can see they are used to each other. But Seven Sins, they're not so much. Like, they're a bit more distant. But when the moment it comes down to team fights, you can see a huge difference in mechanical skill. And, you know, WIB has to do something. They have to plan their fights much better. And right now, there's a Baron going on. Is it going to go to Seven Sins? And it does. Is a fight going to happen? Braum pops the out.
And Braum catches Nautilus catches Braum right there. Nautilus will fall. Kai'Sa coming in, he'll do a lot of burst damage. They get 3 kills right there. Pyro Nubik gets a kill on Azir as well. And will they decide to back up? Urgot still continues to push that bot lane. They should start pushing mid now. They have the time. It was really beautifully played. I don't know why Braum was standing so up ahead in the hook range. Nautilus landed that perfect hook, and it was then sort of a chain reaction leading to 2 deaths coming from the side of WIB.
SK please with the straight up popping off. 2 deaths in the early game. SK does not want to die. He does not want to die. He did an aggressive ult right there in the previous fight. Got that kill. He wants to come back into this game. And that kill is a silent monster. Kale has not died once. Huge shutdown goal on Kale. Kale, Zuko. Everybody please take note of Zuko. He is not someone that you should underestimate at all, because Seven Sins coming out very strong, huge 7k gold lead. It doesn't look great for WIB Mystique, you know. Their champions don't seem to kind of scream a better late game scaling compared to the Kai'Sa and the Kale. Sorry, I called WIB Mystic. Mystic was the name of the player. Well, J4, I'm sorry about that, but it's a tough game. It's a tough game for them. And one thing I like to point out, you know, if you're looking at Jarvan 4, Jarvan used to be played as a straight up pop somebody and that would be the end of the story. But now Jarvan 4 is more of a tank in team setup. And you know, he's matching the Zac, you know, looking at the items, but Zac is definitely going to prove to be a better tank. So I feel WIB is going to have much more of a struggle coming back now.
And we see the golden Kai'Sa coming in. SK makes that Zhonya's hourglass and he's like, I'm a golden Kai'Sa boys and I'll show you why. He's so far up ahead, he has all 3 of his skills upgraded. And he's been shredding and dealing a lot of damage. WIB has no answer for SK as of yet. I will see how they pan out, how this game plays, how this game pans out. Azir turrets, sort of a mechanism which lets them extend the game a bit, gives them a little breathing space, a little time. I find it to be really strong in a deep sort of a setup. It gives you the breathing space needed, but I don't think it's that easy for WIB mistake. I mean, for WIB, sorry, they're so far behind. I just don't know how they're gonna uh, work out of it. This.
Seven Sins needs to understand that they have two teleports. Kaisa is on a teleport, Zuko is on a teleport. They've got to spread that Baron buff across the map, because that is where WIB won't be able to stand up against them. They have a better chance as fives to turn a team fight around than individually, you know. It's going to be hard for the Urgot to stand alone. It's going to be hard for the Azir just to stand alone. So I like that now they are spreading out. SK getting that bottom tower along with his support, and also Pyro in the top lane. They gotta spread themselves out.
Yeah, I mean, they finally decided to make the Baron power play happen. They have added a lot of pressure. All tier 2 turrets have fallen down. They are now officially at inhibitor turrets. We are in the end game, boys. And let's see what answers WIB has. What do you think should be the win condition for WIB right now? Can they turn this game around, really?
Well, WIB, you know, there's still quite a lot of time on the clock for the next Baron. Nobody has lost inhibitors, so right now, WIB can choose to stay in the base until the next objective comes out, be it the Dragon or the Baron, and then they come out for a fight. So right now, as long as WIB does not get caught in the jungle, they still can farm up, you know. It's going to come to a point where everyone is going to get full build eventually. WIB, you know, they're struggling with the items, but all lanes are pushing towards them, you know, get that CS, be able to understand that they need the items right now, and they got to drag it out. And hopefully, Seven Sins would do a silly dive, capitalize on that mistake. WIB can still come through.
That's true. Let's see. Let's hope would they for WIB's sake they are able to turn around the next team fight. They somehow are able to collapse on SK, but right now they just can't get past the front line. Also, I don't see a solid game plan coming in from both sides. They're sort of like going back and forth. They're sort of dragging the game. I don't really see any sort of pressure going in from any side. I think Seven Sins has an advantage right now. They should be looking to pressure more, but it's sort of a slow gameplay happening right here.
It's extremely slow, you know. I feel that the kill at this point with the Zhonya's, kill can 1v1 anybody, and they should be utilizing that teleport on the kill. Put kill in the bottom lane, you know. Baron's coming up, kill can come in later. Just get it pushing. If Urgot is missing from the fight, that is one less tank that Seven Sins would have to face. If Kill faces Urgot in another lane, considering that they both have teleport, you know,
there's an engage happening, and ulti being locked down by Nautilus. They are trying to go in. Born for Heaven will get a kill on Dominic. Then there's a turnaround happening. Zuko gets a kill. Zuko is free hitting from behind. Pyro Newbie gets a kill on Mystic. SK will get another kill on Grom. SK with the immunity. They will take out 4 people. Tristana manages to flash out. But another team fight lost by WIB Mystic. I hope they can pressure enough to open the base right now. I think they should. They're just straight up going for the mid turret. Tristana shouldn't be able to protect it much, but it was so well played by Seven Sins there. They waited patiently in the brush. They waited for that engage. And the moment Nautilus saw one person, he ultied, and the follow-up was really brilliant.
I think at this point, you know, we know that Seven Sins has much better mechanics. You know, it's showing in the countless team fights that we have just witnessed, and it's that game.
Yeah, that's probably could be a game. They're trying to engage in super speeding from behind, and they will actually destroy the turret. GG, well played to Sin. To Team 7 Sins. Thank you for logging in, guys. We'll return shortly for the next match. Meanwhile, please log on to www.legion.lenovo.com I will repeat that again. Please log on to www.legion.lenovo.com if you want the updates on this tournament. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for some of the best streamers in India and to see this platform. We'll be right back, guys. Signing off, Anthracite and Apple.
Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll catch you in the next match. Do stay tuned.